Hello all and welcome back to the Will It mountain bike series that I do on this channel here. It's been a little while, mainly because of winter and school and numerous other things that have prevented me from making these kind of videos, but we're back and we got a really special video this time. So this behind me is the bike that we're doing this video on. Now what is this? It just looks like a shitty step through kind of bike. This is a Zagster, as you can see on the side. Now what is Zagster? Zagster was a bike sharing startup that primarily serviced college campuses. So it's basically like a rental. And so this here is an ex-rental Zagster. Now how did I get my hands on it? So Zagster went bankrupt in the year 2020. And as a result, they sold off their fleet of bikes to local bike shops, including one in this area. And then that bike shop would sell it to people for cheap if they just needed a bike. And so somebody bought this bike when Zagster went bankrupt. Whether they graduated or just moved out of town or whatever, they abandoned this bike. Now I work for a local bike initiative on the campus on which this bike was abandoned. And so as a result, I was given this basically for free. And so what I did is I put some new tires on it. I removed some things to save some weight. And I basically turned it into what I'm calling the Mountain Zag. And so that's what this bike is. This is an ex-rental mountain bike converted Zagster. Now what makes this thing so special? Well, if you're an eagle-eyed viewer, you might already be able to tell. It's a single speed, except it's not a single speed. It has an internally geared 5-speed Sturmey Archer hub in the back, which means it's a 5-speed. You can basically shift gears without having to pedal the bike. In fact, you're not supposed to pedal the bike when you're shifting gears. Beyond that, the bike is pretty standard. It's got a really upright riding position, as you can expect. It weighs a ton. In fact, we're gonna see how much it weighs in just a second. I don't know. All right, let's weigh this thing. First, I gotta take it off the stand here. Oh my God. If this weighs less than 40 pounds, I'm gonna be really shocked. I'm gonna turn it on. I'll show you guys the result in just a second. All right, oh my God. Put the seat on there, okay. 32 pounds, almost exactly, which is 14.6 kilograms. You know what's funny about that is that weighs maybe 1 pound more than my Specialized Fuse does. Anyway, let's hit some trails. I know what you guys are here for. You want to see me do some jumps. So we're gonna hit this jump here on the Zag. Let's do it. All right, let's flip this thing around. I'm gonna actually drop the seat post a little bit. This is probably the scariest thing ever. All right, I'm coming. Here we go. Doing the jump. Oh shit. You actually, holy hell. That was so scary. All right guys, we're gonna do a round 2. I hit 1 jump, I wanna try and do 2. All right, that's the goal for this. Oh man, that first one was really scary. It really got my adrenaline going. All right, Evel Knievel. All right, I'm coming. All right, already into second gear. Oh shit, hit a root there. Oh man, I'm really getting less speed. Oh. Okay, I didn't get the jump.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna be able to make that one.
Yeah. All right guys, so unfortunately this thing is just too heavy and too cumbersome to really get enough speed to get over that second jump. I really tried there. I was going as hard as I could. I'm sure someone with more skill could do it, but anyway, we're gonna move on to the next stunt now. Oh man. I gotta be honest guys, like I was expecting something on this bike to break by now. It's held up miraculously. I mean, it's still solid. It's still solid as the day it was built. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do one more little section here, one little line, and then we're gonna move on, all right? Let's do it.
shit. Here we go. Let's get some speed. Speed. Power. Speed. I am speed. Oh, hell nah.
All right, guys, we're done here. We're gonna go to the next area. We're gonna do some urban riding. Let's go. It's a lot scarier from up here.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
Oh my God. This thing is terrifying to ride, but honestly, that wasn't too bad.
Here we go. All right.
All right, guys, we're gonna do our final conclusion and thoughts on this bike. I gotta say, I'm really surprised nothing broke. I mean, seriously, we were really hitting some heavy shit. And this thing, like, not even a flat tire. Like, I came prepared. You know, I was ready for this whole thing to snap the first jump I did. And it has just been absolutely bomb-proof. So, you know, maybe if someone of my skill level can make one of these mountain bikes work, you know, maybe the bike ain't so bad. You got to zag it up, man. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. The only downside about riding one of these things is you kind of look like a Mormon missionary, but that's just what you got to do for the zag, man. I mean, the zag factor is really strong with this one. All right, everyone. So that was the Zagster. We fully tested it. I mean, we really took it out there. We went crazy on it. We battered the hell out of it. And I gotta say, I'm really surprised that nothing broke on this bike. It absolutely is built phenomenally. It held up super well. Like, we didn't even get a flat tire, man. I mean, that speaks volumes to this bike. That being said, there are some downfalls to this thing. If you ever do want to ride a Zagster off-road like this, the main one is that the gears kind of suck. You don't get terribly much range, and it's kind of annoying to have to stop pedaling every time you want to shift. It just makes it so you can't really get out of like stickier situations when you're out on the trails. But other than that, it's not too bad. The only other thing about this bike is that it's very heavy. You can probably see it in some of the clips. Like, it really doesn't want to lift itself off the ground just because it weighs so much. So much of the weight is very low on this bike. And so it really struggles to lift itself off the ground. But all that being said, I had so much fun riding this bike today. I really want to ride this thing everywhere I go. And I think the main thing to take away from this is you don't need to spend $10,000, $5,000, or whatever to have fun on a mountain bike. You know, you can put some tires that were meant to be thrown away on an old rental and have some fun. So anyway, thank y'all for watching. Zag on, and may the zag be with you.